Grab some popcorn and get ready to be completely shocked by these insane guests on Dr. Phil. Here are the most insane scenarios on Dr. Phil. If you watch the whole video, you'll witness our little surprise. Reincarnation of Pocahontas. Ayanna speaks in tongues, believes she is the reincarnation of Pocahontas, and claims to have memories from the 1600s. Her parents think their child is mentally ill, obviously. Dr. Phil wasn't sure what to make of all this craziness. The girl dresses up like an anime character, talks to plants, and has self-induced fits. I know you're probably thinking, what an idiot, but you haven't seen half of it. In addition to all of this, Ayanna has violent episodes and more issues. She goes to work with her face painted with black stripes, and her laughter can make a zombie run for its life. For those who loved Pocahontas growing up, let's remember her as what she looked like in books and cartoons. Period.
I get a little anxious or emotional.
I wish I could say the same for the next scene, but unfortunately, the cute boy we all loved from one of the most popular shows has changed in the most unbelievable ways. Actor Orlando Bloom. Who remembers That's So Raven, the popular show that aired hundreds of episodes? Well, if you don't, here's a clip to refresh your memory. The show was funny and quite popular back in the day, but that's not what we're here to talk about. One of the cast members has been hitting the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Remember Orlando Bloom, aka Eddie, the cute young lad on the show? Apparently, he has been doing drugs like meth and marijuana and has frequented jail after breaking the law severely. What is it with child stars and going? We'll talk about that later. He appeared on Dr. Phil after one of his friends wrote to the show asking for help. From the interview, it was clear to tell the boy, now grown man, is not in the right mental state. He says he wants to propose to Raven, doesn't remember his kid's age or even names, believes he is a billionaire, and the late Michael Jackson is his father. He also thinks Dr. Phil is Steve Harvey. This one must be on some lethal herb. The whole set is hard to watch, and not just because of his spooky eyes, but because it's clear to see this man needs some serious help. It's sad when celebrities we love and look up to take the wrong path in life. But what's even more disturbing is watching someone get stood up at the altar. Grab some tissues. The story coming up next will have you bursting in tears. Bride who got stood up. After 10 years of a beautiful relationship, Sasha was excited to finally get married to the love of her life. The day of the wedding came, and just as expected, everyone was excited. The bridesmaids all got their hair and makeup done. The guests were all ready to attend the great event, which had been planned for a whole year. But what came next shocked everyone. At around 10 o'clock, Sasha called her fiancé as he was running late. He was supposed to pick up a couple of items for the venue. He said he was stuck in traffic, but still didn't show up after 2 hours. At 12 o'clock, he said his Uber had a flat tire, and that's why he hadn't arrived yet. At this point, Sasha and everyone else realized something wasn't right. One of her bridesmaids got in her car and drove out to pick him up. In the rush, she, unfortunately, got into an accident and almost died. Another bridesmaid jumped in to help. What she found out broke the hearts of everyone in the hotel room. She discovered the venue had not been reserved for a wedding on that day. Yes, you heard me right. It was minutes away before Sasha was about to say, "I do," that she found out that she was not going to get married. She called the fiancé and the manager on a three-way call, and he denied everything. The manager blasted the guy, telling him to be honest with his bride. Apparently, he had only paid a $500 deposit and not confirmed the venue for the wedding. Yikes! Despite all this, Sasha still loves the man and wants to get married one day. Even Dr. Phil couldn't convince her otherwise. No one really knows what goes through the mind of a murderer right before he commits the crime. Most do it for revenge, and some, the scary ones, are simply passionate about it. Watch the next case and let us know why you think this dad of two took out his whole family. Murder crime. Chris Watts was caught on tape begging whoever had any information on his missing family to share with the police. For a whole 5 minutes, we watched a man declare how much he had missed his wife and kids and how bad he wanted them back. Little did we know that he knew exactly where they were. Shortly after announcing his love for his family and how much he missed them, Chris Watts confessed to murdering them. Everyone was shocked. He was so convincing just a couple of minutes ago. What a psychopath! After a couple of investigations, It was also discovered that he had an affair with another woman. Could he have killed his whole family to be with her? Did they plan this together? No one will ever know. He was sentenced to life in prison, but this sounds far less than what he truly deserves. The next scene is just hilarious. Would you spank your child? Or rather, give them out to a stranger to spank them? Free ass whooping. This man wants to whoop strangers' children. I mean, of all the crazy people who have showed up on the set, this one has to be the most insane. His obsession with whooping kids started when he was in a restaurant. When he was busy having his meal, a little boy started whining and throwing a fit nearby. He jokingly offered the mother to take care of it. And by taking care of it, he meant spanking the kid. The mother obviously declined. Who would agree to have their kid punished in that manner by a stranger? But this didn't stop the man's dream of whooping spoiled little brats. He went on Facebook and posted, "Parents, your kids need a whooping? Summer can't end fast enough? Stop by. I'm set up. No kids over 13. They may whoop me." His post went viral, and he found himself all over the internet. We don't know if any parent actually offered their kid up for some whooping, but he sure did make us laugh. What's your take? Do you believe sparing the rod will spoil the child? Would you take your child to this man for some whooping? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to know what you think. Some couples are better off without each other. Can you imagine being in a situation where your spouse hinders you from talking to your own parents? I guess not. Well, this was just one of the many horrible things Josh subjected his wife to. Stay tuned to watch the full shocking clip. Crazy controlling spouse. Josh says he loves Rebecca, but what he does says otherwise. He is controlling, manipulative, and has set unbelievable rules for Rebecca. Rebecca is not allowed to have friends. The two can't make love if he doesn't want to. She is not allowed to leave their house without his permission. He even took out the air from her tires and removed the car battery. Who does that? She doesn't get an allowance to pay phone bills. She is not allowed to see her own parents. And he says she's wasting electricity by doing her hair. Rebecca is expected to always have dinner ready, make shopping lists, and her me time should be spent at the grocery store. It's impossible to understand how the two are still together, let alone have a bunch of kids. As if that's not enough, the crazy man asked to break up in front of national television. It's sad to watch the poor lady scramble for words in the last bid to save their relationship. More couple drama coming right up. At least Josh and Rebecca aren't broke. The next feud is of a couple that is deep in debt over absurd shopping addictions of Gucci bags and lipstick. Broke couple. Chandler loves his fiancée. If he didn't, they probably wouldn't be on their way to the altar. But all this might soon change if his wife-to-be doesn't change her ways. The young couple in their 20s is in debt. They both earn an average salary of $90,000 combined yearly, which isn't so bad considering their age. But the two have many unpaid bills, maxed out credit cards, and loans to service, all because of Aaron. We all know women love shopping, but this one is purposed to buy what she clearly can't afford. From $300 handbags, $400 watches, to thousands of dollars in makeup. It's clear to see why the two are in so much debt. On average, she spends $4,000 a month, and sometimes she can spend that much in just a week. It's been 3 years of living together, and they are currently standing at $60,000 in debt. If their crazy spending habits don't change soon, their wedding plans probably will. Chandler is fed up and says he can't afford to give her fiancé the attention she wants. We've seen a lot of crazy people on the Dr. Phil show, but it doesn't get as crazy as this. Watch the most insane guest right now. Lady who is being tricked by aliens. Debbie lives the typical American life. She has a job, has her family, and lives in her own house. The only difference between her and any other regular lady is that she believes she is in contact with aliens. All this craziness started 4 years ago in 2015, when she made several attempts to summon UFOs. Well, she got what she was asking for, and now she claims they have been making contact with her. Apparently, the strange creatures have been roaming around her house and backyard. She has spotted cat-like creatures and a 6-foot man-like creature with black eyes. Debbie told Dr. Phil she used to think she was going nuts or had opened a hell portal, but now she believes someone is electronically harassing her into seeing these visions. According to her, someone has tampered with her optic nerve and is projecting false alien images. Is that even possible? I know humans have made some groundbreaking advancements with technology, but this just sounds absurd. Anyway, I'm just a voice actor, and if you're a tech expert, let us know in the comments if you think this is even possible. Back to our story. Tony, Debbie's husband, believes his wife is mentally ill. He says Debbie is obsessed with aliens and supernatural creatures and is hurting their relationship. At least, Dr. Phil tries to talk some sense into her. We hope this one gets the help she needs.